So you've got traffic, you've tested ads, you've even changed your fonts and colors, but no one's booking. I made one small change and booked out an entire season. Here's exactly how I knew what to fix. The problem isn't your fonts, and it's probably not your offers. Here's the thing, if you're doing your marketing right, and you're seeing lots of clicks, but you're not seeing lots of sales, then there's a leak that you need to patch. Your dream clients are clicking on your ads. They're seeing your sales pages. That should be getting those perfect clients in your inbox wanting to work with you, because you know that you're the perfect one to work with them, but your website might not really reflect that. The problem, well, it's something you normally can't really see until now. Let me show you the tool that reveals exactly why your website isn't converting, especially when you know that it should be. I want you to understand that if you're getting eyes on your website and you know your marketing is bringing in the right people, but that conversion rate is just not where you want it to be, then it's not your marketing that's the issue. It's your website. And sure, maybe you tried tweaking things here and there, but how did you make the decision on what you were going to change, what you were going to edit and test out? Did you just decide to try something and implement it? If that's your strategy, that's going to take a lot of guesswork. So let's take the guesswork out of it with this one tool. And this tool is so powerful that I used it to change one sentence on my website and booked out an entire summer. I took the data it gave me, improved what I needed to improve, and then when I came back a month later and looked at my new data, I realized that things had improved drastically from just this one change. And what is this tool I swear by? It's called Hotjar. It's a tool that shows you where people are navigating on your website, what is drawing them in, what is making them leave, and exactly where they're getting frustrated. Most people probably rely on numbers and analytics to get their metrics, but Hotjar shows you exactly where people are getting frustrated, exactly where they're falling off, and exactly where they're getting lost. When you look at your numbers on things like Google Analytics, it shows you a lot of really important data, like how many people are clicking on your ads, what their demographics are, where they're located, what's the conversion rate, what's the return on investment, etc. Hotjar, on the other hand, allows you to see how your website visitors behave when they navigate your website. Where do they get stuck? Where do they scroll around? At what point do they leave your website without buying or deciding to sign up with you? So it's a great tool and I want to tell you all about it. Okay, so enough about what it is. Do you want to know how I used Hotjar to book out an entire season in my first year of business? It was my very first year. I was still learning a ton about how to run a business. Essentially, what I did was I realized that people weren't really scrolling down my website, which meant that they weren't getting hooked in. So what I did was I changed the very top part of my homepage of my website, hooked people in, and had them scroll. From that point, they were able to see all the things I offer, all the ways I could help them, and people were signing up. Before that, the very top of my website was making me look unprofessional and it was making them click away. That was the one thing I had to change to get people to scroll, see what I offer, and decide to book with me. Since then, there's so many other things I have done with Hotjar that have allowed me to see exactly where people are getting stuck and change things up to see if it keeps them around longer. I've been able to test new things to see how people behave with additional sections on my website or changed sections on my website, and a whole ton of other things that I want to share with you. At the end of the day, it's an invaluable tool that I teach all of my students in my flagship course how to use. So this way they can see exactly what they need to improve after their site goes live and as time goes on. I even use it when I audit my clients' websites. Many of them come to me saying that they have this website, but it's just not doing what they want it to do. It's just not converting the right people, or they're not getting the sales they want and they don't know where people are falling off. So I'll use their Hotjar data to figure out exactly where they're losing people, exactly where people are getting stuck, and how we can fix that and get their dream clients working with them or purchasing from them. Sometimes you see that a lot of people click this small little link, so you want to make it more prominent. Or maybe this button isn't clicked that much, so you want to take it away or make it less visible. Or sometimes people get to this certain point and they just stop scrolling. It's too much for them. So we can fix that up too. Now I'm curious, what have you done before to try and improve your website's conversion rate? What have you changed? What have you tested? And what differences did you notice? Let me know down below in the comments. So do you see the difference now between throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing if it sticks, changing your fonts, your colors, changing a bit of text here, changing a picture there, and instead actually looking at the behavior of the visitors on your website to see where you need to change things, where they are getting stuck, where they're getting frustrated, where they're spending a lot of time looking for things. It's incredibly unlikely that someone who visits your website and gets frustrated is going to then email you and let you know what was frustrating. They're not going to tell you that, they're just going to leave. But you know who is going to tell you? Hotjar. You may be doing all the right marketing things, paying for ads that you've tested, getting your name out there, going to networking events, figuring out which social platforms bring in your target audience and spending time on those platforms. But if you do all that work in your marketing and you finally get them to your website and then they get stuck, that's a huge waste of marketing efforts. That's a huge waste of your time and money. You need to figure out what is stopping them from putting their credit card down after getting that far. As a business owner, you don't have time to waste just doing guesswork, just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. You need to know the data, you need to learn where people are getting stuck on your website, and you need to fix it before you spend another dollar on your marketing strategy. At the end of the day, your website should be a sales tool for your business. It's the final hurdle people need to pass through to go from being just a lead to an actual paying client of yours. So if that final hurdle is not super easy and painless to go past, then they probably won't do it. Instead of thinking, what can I tweak on my website next? You need to be thinking, where are my website visitors falling off and how can I fix that? Now, if you're convinced and ready to start using this tool, I want to break down exactly how to go through Hotjar Insights and diagnose where people are falling off your website and how to fix it. Watch me break it down in the next video that's on your screen right now.